So, Christopher, you had a fledgling career as a professional footballer and you decided to give it all up. Was that deliberate, or did something actually, was there a catalyst to your decision?
Yeah, great question. For me, there are a number of factors. I think, so I got injured. So I was playing for Arsenal for 4 years, and unfortunately got injured. It was and then it was a time where I had to kind of reflect on where I was going. What really would I be the same player again? So post injury, I was out for about, say, 9 months to a year. And then I thought, if this actually happened in, a few years or so, and I hadn't kind of broken into, the professional team, etc., where would I be? And so, I felt that I needed some form of a backup. And I don't really think, say the football industry, I think there's a long way we need to go in terms of that whole academic and education piece. You look at the likes of rugby, etc., basketball in the States, you have to have, you have to be academically quite sound, and they go hand in hand with your sport endeavors. So for me, I had to put things in perspective and ensure that I had some form of a backup. And then, made the switch into technology. So I work for IBM now as a client manager.
Right. So a lot of people tend to look at the glorious side of football, but what are the sort of pressures that you tend to get, on yourself as a player, on your physical ability, on your mental capability?
Yeah, great question. Again, I think this has been kind of like more prevalent in today's society, and we've seen it on the news, etc., and the mental health campaigns that's been going on, and I'm all for it, because I think it's something that's probably been a bit of a taboo in the football kind of world previously. And if you kind of talk about mental health or the pressures that you're facing, it's like you're referred to as a snowflake or ungrateful for the life that you have, etc., because obviously the football life is so glamorous, right? And so I think that transition is slowly happening, and there's been more focus on it. Unfortunately, I think there was a young footballer who unfortunately got released at Manchester City, and ultimately the pressures, etc. He ended up taking his own life, which I think there needs to be more kind of work in that space to ensure that younger footballers, in particular, deal with the pressures, deal with kind of knockbacks, etc., in the right way. But unfortunately, I think the pressures are going to continue to increase just because of how the football industry works. But I think there needs to be more education around how to manage that, especially for our younger players who may not experience, who may not be accustomed to such pressures.
Well, thank you so much. It's been a great pleasure talking to you, Christopher. Thank you.